The argument earlier was that Suarez hasn't apologised for the incident as a whole. He's just apologised for not shaking the hand. Dalglish has apologised for the way he conducted in the interview. But really, do you think there's more of an argument they should have been apologising for the incident as a whole, with regards to the way they've reacted to the racial slur and the ban?
Well, I think what's happened, because of what happened yesterday, has reignited the whole thing. And I don't think anybody comes out of it looking good. I don't think, obviously, Suarez does, because, you know, if he wasn't going to shake his hand, he should have told everybody that he wasn't going to do it. I still come back and say, you know, I don't think they should have got the handshake thing like they did. I know that was an FA Cup tie, QPR Chelsea, but that diffused the whole situation. I think that someone's really got to have a look at this and say, why do we have the handshakes? I think if you ask a lot of players and ex-players, they say, why do we have it anyway? But that's a different point. But I don't think anybody comes out. Suarez should have shaken the hand. You know, Rio Ferdinand should have then shaken his hand. Anyone had made a point of that, not doing that. So I think, you know, Rio might look this morning and go, well, maybe I should have done that, because he actually takes his hand away and pulls it round here and to do that. So, you know, lots of people are in the wrong. And then afterwards, you know, you have to say that I don't think Kenny handled the situation well, and I don't think Sir Alex did either, and Patrice Evra certainly didn't with his celebrations afterwards. And, you know, that could have antagonised the whole situation. And you know, if Suarez reacted to that and they started fighting on the pitch in front of the crowd, in front of the live TV cameras, this would have been a disgrace to English football and to Man United and Liverpool, who have fantastic supporters, both clubs. Their worldwide branding is fantastic. You know, Man United, one of the biggest clubs, obviously, in the world, as Liverpool are. Their following worldwide is fantastic, and they want to conduct themselves in the right way. And I think both clubs have let themselves down over this incident. But I still think if we hadn't had the handshake, maybe things would have been different.
Will this help, you know, the way the Liverpool have come out today?
I think the one person who comes out with all the credit is that man in the middle.
Phil Dowd, yeah.
It's Phil Dowd. I thought he handled it fantastic.
He did do definitely.
Yeah, sorry,
but will Liverpool come out looking any better after these two statements they've made, or is it a little bit too late? Well,
every apology helps. It helps, but the problem is the damage is already done. Now it's, you know, having to apologise. I think, you know, Suarez really, I think, in that moment when he went along, because I was looking on the internet last night, and some supporters from neutrals were saying, well, Patrice Evra didn't actually give his hand up like this. So they were all making little points, but it doesn't make anybody right. He should have actually shaken hands. Captain of Man United, Suarez said he was going to shake. He should have done it. But what I'm saying is, really, the shaking hands thing is a nonsense for me. But let's get on with it. But the thing is, Liverpool have got to now apologise. I hope that Suarez comes out and apologises for the whole thing, as you're saying. I think Liverpool Football Club are trying to do that. But I also think that Sir Alex, after what he said after his comments, should actually come out and say, look, I said something in the heat of the moment. I'm sorry about that. Because he didn't know that Evra was dancing and jumping around either. He didn't know that till later. And I think Patrice maybe should look at it and say, yeah, I need to hold my hands up and say, I didn't handle it well either. But, you know, so let's hope that all the powers that be, the PFA, the LMA, because the managers are involved in this, the FA and the Premier League all get together and get these two together and sit them down in the same room. It might not like each other, but you've got to sometimes be courteous and sit down and say, look, I apologise for what happened. Let's move on. You know, what happened with the racist comment, I apologise for. I didn't know it would offend so much, you know, because I'm from a different country, which is no excuse. No, but he can say his bits, and hopefully Patrice Evra would be then, let's get on with the football and let the football do the talking, because we're all talking about this incident where Man United have gone top. They had a great turnaround at Chelsea last week, played probably one of their best matches of the season against Liverpool yesterday, and we're talking about two players who haven't shaken hands.